Hi, everybody. It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean, and I hope you'll join me on the floor right now. Bring two blocks, bring a strap, and get yourself in child's pose for today's Yin Yoga class. Just on the interwebs. I highly recommend that you set yourself up to be as relaxed as possible. So maybe light a candle for a nice scent. Maybe turn on some quiet, relaxing music. I love the ambient relaxation channel on YouTube. And our girl Fred is back, so I'm gonna face Fred because I know that helps her to be cool. All right, we're gonna hang out here in child's pose as is for 2 more minutes. So check out how your body initially came into the floor. Are you really pushing into your hands? Are you creating any extra tension in your back? Can you use your exhale, maybe release your forearms down towards the ground, changing up the stretch in your back and your shoulders. Using your exhale, your belly can come more into your thighs. Maybe your glutes stretch back closer towards your heels and start quieting your mind as you lengthen your breath. Do your best to stay tuned in to these long, slow, deep breaths. And as we start to change the stretch, make sure you don't come into any stretch so deeply that you find that you're holding your breath. Obviously, a more intense stretch might not have quite the same length as your relaxed stretch, but just something to keep in mind. We've got about 2 more breaths right here. Start to shift your hips all the way over to your left. Maybe your glutes come past your left heel and walk your hands over to the right as much as feels comfortable for you. So you're creating a big stretch from your left shoulder down to your left hip and also a different stretch perhaps from the left hip through the glute. Find some relaxation. Once again, we're here for 2 minutes. Big breaths into the back side of the body. Can you create some separation between your backside ribs on your inhale? I hope you're so proud of yourself for taking this time out of your day for your breath, for your mindfulness, and your movement practice. So, with that said, I encourage you to do your best to stay focused on each breath right now, especially if you find that your mind is straying to thoughts, feelings, anything besides this stretch, this breath. Do your best to bring it back. And sometimes having a positive mantra can help, or an affirmation, a positive statements that help you to challenge negative thoughts. So if you're not feeling good, then think towards something a little bit better. My favorite affirmation lately has been I am worthy and I am worth it and I am enough. And if that resonates with you, you're welcome to use it. Maybe you want to send some positive energy to someone that you know who needs it, but I do encourage you to take this time for you. Start to shift your hips back to center. Walk your hands back to center. Shift your hips over to the right. Walk your hands over to the left. Find the meaningful stretch for you. We got 2 minutes to go. And keep using your big, beautiful breaths to check in with how you're feeling because tension does its job of creeping right back in. So on your inhales, do a scan of your body. How and where are you feeling a little extra tight and tense? And on your exhale, can you bring some real or just the thought of relaxation? No expectation, no judgment for how deep you are in a stretch, just finding some meaning, some breath in the moment for today with the body you have right now. Start to shift your hips back to center, walk your hands back to center, and then walk your hands in. Lift yourself up. Next up, we have a big toe stretch. Can get pretty intense pretty fast. So starting with your hands down on the floor in tabletop, let's actually get some cat. 1 minute of free movement. Find the extra stretches that your body needs today. Move as slowly as you'd like. I know I like to move really slow. Hold for an extra second. Start to make your way back into your neutral tabletop, belly button drawn back into spine, so slightly engaged abs, shoulders relaxed away from your ears. Go ahead, tuck your toes under. We're trying to get as much of the underside of your toe on the mat as possible. So maybe even draw your foot back a little bit and then start to walk your hands back to your knees. How much can you equally apply pressure through all five of your toes, not just rolling towards the inside? See how much you can lift yourself up, but we're going to find a stretch that we can hold and we're going to be there for a full minute from right now. So find that stretch, but be kind to yourself. If you came into a stretch and it starts to feel like too much, you can release yourself back down to the floor. Just find a place where you can once again hold. Yeah, I'm looking at it. What can you relax in your face, in your shoulders, in your chest while you get this big stretch? All right. With intention, move slowly. Bring your hands back into tabletop. Untuck your toes and press the tops of the feet into the floor. Tap them down. Great. I'm going to walk my legs together now and start to walk your hands back. We're going to do a big ankle stretch next. How much can you get your hands behind you? If behind you feels really far away, even think towards having a block behind you. And then we're going to work to lift your knees. So pressing the tops of the feet down to the floor. Let's take a couple breaths to get started to just warm up the ankles. Pressing the tops of the feet down, you're lifting your knee up. A little squeeze, engagement of the quad. It's going to help you to lift your leg up. And you can take a nice supported back bend here, also squeezing shoulder blades together, lifting your chest. So good. All right, so you can keep pedaling here through your knees, maybe taking a little bit longer of a hold, a breath or two, Or see if you can lift both of your knees up off of the floor for a slightly more intense ankle stretch. We've got just a couple breaths left here. Last two breaths. Release your knees back down towards the floor. Bring your chin to your chest if you are stretching up towards the ceiling. Walk your hands forward and then shift your hips to the side. Extend the legs in front of you. We've got staff pose. So fingers right by your hips. Lift your chest up. Do your best to really stack your shoulders on top of your hips. Try to take any rounding of your back so it's a little bit of a pull forward of your chest and as much of a stretch in your hamstrings as you want. So maybe toes are flexed back towards your face, or maybe you allow your toes to fall forward. If your hamstrings are still like, then go ahead, take a gentle little bend of your knees here, bringing your lower belly to your thighs, but still working to keep your chest lifted. And if you need more of a stretch, you can always fold forward into caterpillar. We're hanging out here for 2 more minutes. Now, if you took a forward fold and it feels good in your legs, but you don't feel supported in your upper body, bring your block or blocks along. Maybe placing a block under your chest or even placing a block on top of your hands to relax your head. As long as you have a big hinge from your hips, you can enjoy some rounding in your back if that feels good. Create some stillness in your breath, stillness in your mind, and remember if your eyes are moving, your mind is moving. So find one spot. Just focus. Slow down and be here right now, about 1 minute. Protect your back. Draw your belly in before you lift yourself up. Inhale, take a nice lift. Bring your hands behind you. A little reverse for a supported back bend. So you can even bend your knees here and then chin back to chest. Take a moment, just windshield wipe your legs, right and left, right and left. Next up, we've got half stump. So extend your left leg nice and long. Make sure you're starting with that right leg and bring your heel as close to your center line as possible. Maybe you're holding on with your interlaced fingers or your stacked hands on your shin. Maybe you're using the crook of your elbow to find a lift. Can you get both of your sit bones down on the floor? Hang out in this stump for about 1 minute from right now. And if you're still having some trouble, okay, you're bringing your heel as close to your center line as you can today. So even if that's a little bit further out, even if you find that you need to use the strap to try and take this proud lift of your chest wherever you are, just create some stillness and appreciate that you're showing up for yourself. I promise, if you keep up a regular practice 2, 3 days a week, stretching and flexibility, you're going to see a difference. The challenge is you got to keep it up. It Flexibility is a use it or lose it. But we're here right now. We're using it today. Awesome. And carefully release. Extend your right leg nice and long. Both hands can come behind you again. Take that supported back bend. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Look up. Trace a line with your eyes. How far back can you see? Stretch your chin, stretch your throat. And then bring your chin back to your chest. Sit yourself up. And let's come into the other side. No judgment, no expectation. Both sides of the body are different. What can you do with this side of the body today? Feel free to use your strap, your props, your arms. We've got just about 1 minute from right now. You can relax your shoulders down. Okay. Oh, it felt so good. Let's release. Extend your left leg nice and long. Keep your blocks nearby. Keep it strapped nearby too. We're going to lay down on our backs. When you get there, draw your knees into your chest. If you need to, roll gently side to side to really relax as much of your back on the floor as possible. Check out if your chin is stretching up towards the ceiling and tuck your chin in towards your chest to get as much of the back of your neck on the mat as possible. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Can you bring the tops or tips of your shoulders to the floor? And then even stretch your elbows down towards your hips. So one more big breath. On your exhale, release your left foot down to the mat. On your next inhale, send your right leg up towards the ceiling. Try and touch it with your toe. Another big stretch onto the top of your ankle. Really touch it, touch it, touch it. And then exhale, try and touch the ceiling with your heel, flexing your toes back towards your face, big stretch into the calf. When you're ready, try and touch the ceiling one more time with your toe, a little less time. One more time with your heel. And then cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Take a moment and intentionally open up your right leg. So you're working to bring your right knee in line with your left leg and have as much of your lower back and the back of your head and the back of your neck down on the mat. But you can apply some pressure right here onto your right thigh to help it come in line with your left. And you can also maybe just place your right hand on your hip crease. That's a thing, right? For a little extra warmth. And let's hang out here for just about 1 more minute, opening the front side a little into the quad. Relax. Keep doing that total body scan because remember, stress is going to bring you back into your stressed position, which for me at least is that chin jutting forward, working on that deep cervical stretch in the neck to pull your chin back to your chest. It's going to help with posture. If opening the front side of the hip feels amazing, you can stay right here, but to bring the stretch to the back side of the body, glute hamstring just a bit, draw your left knee to your chest, but try to keep that right knee from folding right in towards your chest. So right knee stretches away. We're trying to get more of our hips evenly relaxed towards the mat. And you can reach through and interlace your fingers or place your hands on top of your thigh, or use a strap so you can keep your head relaxed on the floor if you feel the need to hold on. I like to just let gravity do the work so that my upper body can be as relaxed as possible. We've got a couple breaths left right here. On your exhale, release your left foot back down towards the floor. Inhale your right leg nice and high. This time, just make some circles with your foot in one direction. Make some circles with your foot in the opposite direction. Send your left leg up high to meet with your right. Take a moment with legs up the imaginary wall. Do your legs feel any different? Does one side feel more open than the other? Do you notice? Great. Bend your right leg. Release the right foot back down towards the floor, and then intentionally find that big point of your left toe. Try and touch the ceiling. Get that stretch on the top of your ankle, and then flex your toes back to your face. Stretch into the back of your calf. One more time, just a little shorter, toe pointing up towards the ceiling, heel pointing up towards the ceiling. Clearly, I need to do that stretch more. Go ahead, cross your right ankle over your left thigh, switch that, left ankle over your right thigh, and open that left knee up as much as possible. Relax. Check out how much of your low back is on the mat. Are you leaning to one side versus the other? And if you can adjust it, great. And if you can't adjust it, that's fine. You're just taking notice. And maybe the next time you practice, it's a little bit better. Yes, thank you, Fred. Once again, if the stretch on the front side of the hip is what feels best for you, you can stay right here, or you can lift your right leg up. Still trying to bring your left knee away from your chest, though. An option to help do that by interlacing your fingers, placing your hand on top of the knee, or using the strap behind your leg, or just letting whatever happens, happens. Couple breaths left. On your next exhale, bring your right foot back down to the floor. Relax your low back to the mat. Inhale your left leg up to the sky. Make some circles with your foot in one direction and the opposite direction. So much love to our ankles and to our feet today. And then exhale, release your left foot down to the floor. Or windshield wipe your legs right and left. And then go ahead, bring the soles of the feet together. I like to, once the soles of my feet are together, press into them and lift up into a bridge for a moment to relax as much of the low back on the floor as possible. And here's where your blocks come into play. If the backs of your calves, backs of your thighs are not touching down on the floor, which is likely, most people are probably up here, you have two options. You can place a block outside of your thigh. I'd even say angle your block, or you can release your feet closer towards the bottom of the mat, in which case the backs of your legs might touch down. Check out both. Find what feels best for you, and then we're going to hang out right here for 3 minutes. This is our longest hold so far, everyone. So relax, close your eyes, or find that one spot on the ceiling. Scan your body 1 inch at a time, breath by breath. Relaxing your forehead and your eyebrows. Relaxing your eyes, your lips, your jaw. Keep using your inhale to notice how you feel. Is there tension there? Sometimes just noticing it can help to bring a softness. Once you've worked your way incrementally, breath by breath, down to your tippy toes, start back at the top of your head again. Such a beautiful way to really stay in tune with the moment. Or perhaps while you're breathing and you're noticing how you feel, you say something nice to yourself, like, I am worth it, and I'm worthy, and I'm enough. I'm going to be honest, I completely lost track of time there. Let's just move on. Go ahead, extend your arms out wide to the side, and we're gonna clamshell our legs closed. So left leg coming over to meet with the right for a spine twist. Maybe you bring your blocks with you. Maybe you deepen your spine twist by extending your lower leg or even placing a hand on top of your left thigh for a bit more of a twist, and we're gonna hang out for 2 minutes. And then we're gonna have an option to make it deeper. Okay, you can stay right here. You can keep enjoying your spine twist as is. If you want to try something a little bit different, we're going to come into a modified version of cat tail pulling. So bending both of your knees once again, because we're working to bring the right heel closer towards your glute. You're then going to extend your left leg long. Reach your left hand back and see if you can grab hold of your right foot and then bring your right shoulder back. You can reach your hand out as if you're holding onto your left foot. You could have used a strap. Just relaxing a bit so you can have a nice bend in your left knee. Again, you bring your left shoulder back down to the floor. Ooh, you can even look over your left shoulder for a deeper twist, but I'm going to look at the timer because we're here for just under a minute. If you took a bind of your right foot, carefully release. Try not to let it fling too much. Place it on the mat and then fold your left leg in. Roll over onto your back. Firmly plant both feet. Bring your whole back down to the mat. Take 2 breaths. And then go ahead, shift your hips to the left and come into your spine twist. Sorry, you shift your hips to the right and you come to your spine twist on your left. No judgment, no expectation. Doesn't need to look anything like your spine twist on the right did. Just find what feels good for you today. For 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Once again, you can stay here for the next minute or change the stretch up, bringing your left heel closer towards your glute, extending your right leg long, gentle kick through the right heel, and then right hand reaches down. Maybe you can grab hold of your left foot. Maybe you can't. Maybe you're just reaching in that direction and working to bring your shoulder towards the mat. For a little modified cattail pose. Ooh, just a couple breaths. All right, we're going to stay on our left side for a moment. If you have a bind of your left foot, then go ahead, carefully release it. Bring your two legs back together and then roll over onto your belly. Once you get there, extend your legs nice and long. Extend your arms out nice and wide into a T. Hands palms down towards the floor, right hand in line with your shoulder. Bring your left hand in, and we're coming into broken wing. Tuck your toes under and roll over to your right side. Maybe you barely roll over. Maybe you roll over a lot. Relax your temple down towards the floor. Your left hand can stay by your chest. See how the stretch feels if you bring your left foot behind your right and clamshell your legs. If you want more of a stretch through your back, walk your left hand back out into a T. We're going to hang out here for just over 1 minute. If your shoulders crept up towards your ears, I know mine did, then I want you to relax your shoulders over from your ears. Take a proud lift of your chest. If you walked your left hand out in a T, walk your left hand back in. If you clamshelled your legs, bring your legs closed. Extend them out nice and long. Use your hands to support yourself as you roll over onto your belly once again. Once you get there, switch your arms out. Left arm extends long. Right arm comes in close by your chest. And use your toes to help you carefully roll over. Run out of space. Onto your left side. Having your left hand palm in line with your shoulder will make it a little bit easier to roll over than if your hand palm might be lower. But I mean, see what feels good for you today. For an even deeper stretch, woo! You might even bend your arm. I cannot. But I do like the straight arm stretch. Right hand can stay close by your chest. Option to clamshell your legs for some relaxation. Even opening up your clamshell. And then if you want to walk your right hand fingers out back into a T, bring your chest closer to the floor. Less than a minute to go. Oh, the joyful sounds of Fred banging a box around. If you walked your right hand out into a T, start to walk your right hand back in close to your chest. Press your hands, palms down to the floor. Go ahead, bring your legs together. Extend your legs out nice and long. Roll over onto your belly. Make a pillow with your hands and place your forehead on the pillow. One last stretch into your upper back. So think about stretching your elbows forward and then gently pressing down with your inner elbows. Big stretch forward and down. One more big breath. And then exhale, relax your shoulders away from your ears, lats pull down and settle down your back. Right, Fred? We're going to take our Savasana on our bellies today for a nice stretch into your neck. One more breath here in alligator. Good. All right, and then relax your arms down by your side. Go ahead, turn, twist your head, place your left temple on the floor. Allow some rounding in your shoulders. Find one spot on the floor in front of you to relax your eyes or close them. Big breaths into the back side of your body. We've had so many great opportunities to bring some big breath to the back side of the body today. Bringing some space and relaxation. One more minute right here. On your next inhale, carefully pick your head up, turn, twist, face in the opposite direction. Relax your temple down towards the floor and tune back into your breath. Use your inhale, make a little extra space in your back, and use your exhale. Imagine more space between each vertebrae. I hope despite Fred's musical box banging interludes that you just enjoyed the most delightful stillness. If you want more of a Savasana, you're welcome to roll over onto your back and enjoy as much breath and stillness as you want. If you're ready to close out today's practice, take your time, make your way into a comfortable seated position of your choice. And when you get there, ground through your sit bones. Lift your chest. Inhale your arms up. Bring your hands palms together and then exhale, bring your hands down to heart center, thumbs touching on your chest, sternum in namaskar. Tuck your chin to your chest. Take a moment to honor and bow to yourself. Perhaps you reflect back upon your positive affirmation, or just think of one positive thought for today. Maybe something that you have already done or you're proud of, or the hopefulness of something that you're looking forward to. Until we are together again, I hope you'll think so many positive thoughts. So then remember to speak good words to yourself and to others. Eat good foods, do good deeds, and take the time every day to nourish yourself from the inside out. That's right, Fred. If it feels right, you can bring your thumb up to your third eye, your drishti. Your drishti, I said. Lift your heart, lift yourself, and know that the light within me honors, sees, and is so thankful for the light within you. If no one has told you today, you are special. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, week, month, year. Can't wait to see you again soon. Namaste. Fred, you're so happy. Yeah, I like seeing you happy. Welcome back home. Do you have anything else you'd like to say? Oh, okay. Anything else? Okay. Maybe next time.